Oké.
Good morning world.
Nee, hij is nog niet live hoor. Nee, het geluid staat wel aan.
Okay, sound is running.
Yeah.
Testing 1, 2.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
have to cut to the cameras. Let me see. 3. Cut. Yeah, there we are.
Good morning world.
Good morning. Let me see if everything works. Yep, there we
works.
are. That one.
That one. Welcome to this live stream this morning. We've been away for a while because we had a little bit of a test in between the last live stream that we did and this one.
Something with cables.
Yeah, I can't vaguely remember it, but
Vaguely.
vaguely.
Yeah.
Anyway, today something completely different.
Yes.
We have attainable streaming amps, meaning just at your speakers and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
We were curious what these kind of devices can bring in 2024.
Yes.
In other words, what do you get for your money?
Very affordable.
Very
attainable.
Attainable, yep.
And we combined it with some very attainable speakers as well.
Yeah.
Because normally we use the TAD Evolution 2s, of course, but those are like 15 grand, at least in the Netherlands. And that's a ridiculous combination. So we grabbed our Sonos Faber Lumina 2s, €1,000 a pair.
Mm.
And we combine it with all these streamers. Let me show them for you. I think it's camera 4. Well, those are the Bluesounds. And here you see the rest of the gang. We start with the Bluesound, but let's just introduce the streamers.
Yeah. So today we have the WiiM Amp.
Yeah.
The Bluesound
Powernode Edge.
Powernode Edge, the Sonos Amp, and the Volumio Integro.
Yep.
How did we set it up for the stream?
Pretty easy. We use the amps mostly wired to give them an internet connection. So the WiiM, the Bluesound, and the Integro use just a normal Ethernet wire.
Yep.
Sonos, I didn't, because Sonos has a huge issue with connecting it wired. So we left it wireless because I think most people will use it that way. It's how Sonos actually, advises it. You can do it wired, but it takes a few extra steps. We use Dryade Flow Reference loudspeaker cable.
Mm-hmm. So the cable is as expensive as
more expensive than the loudspeakers and streamer combined, but it's just because it's a very flexible loudspeaker cable. I think it matches the Lumina pretty well. Mm-hmm. It gives it some extra grunt in the bass, so it's a nice cable for that. But power is all stock. I just used a decent Supra power distributor, nothing fancy, all stock wire, all stock Ethernet wire. So it's mostly speakers, streamer, that's it.
Yeah. So this kind of combination with the Luminas is probably what you would do at home. So I think this is going to be a fair comparison. So what do we do? Music-wise, we have 3 pieces selected today. And I think those will represent the kind of music that you will hear from the streaming services the most.
Yeah.
And also something that we choose to test. I have to say something about the music that we select, because there are 2 reasons why we select music.
Yeah.
One is we cannot stream from the big brands, the big
the publishers, yeah.
Because then YouTube will block us.
Yeah, it's an issue.
That's a real issue. So we have to select from small labels. Mm-hmm. That's the first. Second, when we choose music, we use music that we can utilize to let you hear the differences between what's going on. So we don't choose it because it's the best music or that we like it the most. Mm-hmm. But it's used to be actually be able to hear differences.
Yeah.
But not just differences here, but also over YouTube.
Yeah.
So if you're listening over YouTube and it's your first time that you are watching this, we have a very simple recommendation. Use headphones, please.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because when you use headphones, you eliminate the acoustics from your own room.
Yeah.
And you will hear the differences better.
Yeah. Definitely use headphones. It's otherwise you really get double acoustics. You get acoustics of our room plus the acoustics of your room. You'll get more coloration. So just use headphones. It works better.
Yeah. Also, for the music, we have 3 tracks. Beth Hart from her latest studio album, which is a modern mix, meaning the kind of compressed all knobs up on the on the device, and unfortunately, that's what like most pop music and rock music is mixed these days.
Yeah.
So if you go to your Tidal or Qobuz streams, there you will get it.
Yeah.
Then I have a classical piece from Steve Reich. It's from a very good recording from Lin Recordings. Lin, the audio brand.
I noticed.
They also have a recording studio.
Yeah.
And Kuniko, she's a percussionist and she plays music from Steve Reich. It's challenging for most amps, I think, and so I'm curious if we can hear the differences.
Mm-hmm.
And then we play about 2 minutes something about from the piece. And then I have from Italy, Ophelia Dorme, a Italian prog rock group, the song Birch.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's for a soundstage because that's mixed with a huge soundstage.
Yeah, very lovely.
You can hear the differences pretty well. It's harder to hear the difference in soundstage over headphones on YouTube. So we will comment about it here when listening to it.
We will. I'm really curious because I set it up on Thursday, I think, to get them all warmed up and get it all up and running.
Yeah.
And even just with a very small listening session to see if everything works out, I think the differences are striking. It's not good or bad, but it's just really different per amp. But
So all devices have been left on since
Thursday.
From Thursday on, and they have been streaming continuously.
Yeah, all just a playlist, and they were on repeat.
Yep.
And I even swapped the loudspeaker cables between the WiiM and the Bluesound. The Sonos has been in the office for years, so believe me, that one is burned in. And the Integro as well, by the way, because we reviewed it and it's been here, and I've picked it out sometimes to do some tests. So that one is also burned in, but the Bluesound and the WiiM I was not sure. So they've been just playing music ever since Thursday. Sorry for the mix-up with the cameras because I didn't switch it correctly, but you will see the devices on screen during the live stream. And I have a small surprise, and I know you're not a nerd like I am, but I measured all of them and I want to share some measurements in the live stream as well to see how you find it, whether you like it or not.
Okay.
We start out with the Bluesound Edge.
Yep. So the Bluesound Powernode Edge. What does it have? It's a direct digital amplifier inside.
Yeah.
What's direct digital?
Yeah, that's a good one. I thought they abandoned it. Obviously they didn't. But NAD used the direct digital technology back in the M2 amplifier. And after that it was used in the first Powernode. Mm-hmm. It's actually a DA converter on a chip with a power amplifier in it. So it's like a DAC chip on steroids. So instead of putting out 2 or 4 volts, it just puts out a shitload of power.
Okay.
The thing is, it wasn't very efficient. So with all the EU regulations in standby power and efficiency, they had to abandon it because it was very expensive to modify it. But it sounds really good.
Okay.
Because there's no switch to analog.
Okay.
It's a fascinating technology.
So it's rated at 40 watts at 8 ohms.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound a lot, but watts don't say everything at all.
No.
They give an indication. So what do you get with the Powernode Edge? In terms of inputs, it has HDMI ARC, You have a Bluetooth connection. It has an optical Toslink input, which also doubles as an analog input for headphones, a 3.5 millimeter jack. There's a USB port on the back side, but that's for data. So if you have a hard disk with music files, you can attach it to the Powernode.
Yeah.
It does have AirPlay. It doesn't have Chromecast.
No.
Tidal Connect and Spotify Connect are both supported, and it does have a subwoofer output. So if you want to add a subwoofer, there's a special port for it.
Which is pretty cool, because then you can actually time align it.
Yeah.
And that's a good feature. I like that.
It's 700 euros, 699.
Yeah, it's spot on in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah, Sonos is 799, Integro is 899, and the WiiM Amp is 349. So that's half the money. So we'll see what you get for that.
So without further ado, let's start listening to the music on the Powernode.
Which track do you want first?
Let's start with Beth Hart.
Okay, there we go.
Hello, my friend, deal me on in and give them dice to roll. You got the quick, but I got the slow gin and plenty of money to throw. Well, backtrack and strut about it. Long for the days belong, yeah. Ace, ace, king, 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 my God-given name. Hear the lucky lady sing, sing, sing. I don't mind soul searching for a little more. And you said try a little harder, child. I get it. Try a little more. I know if I try a little harder, child, I hit it. Try a little more and back up on top. Won't quit till I drop. My time's like a clock. I can never stop. I can't miss a thing. I swear on my ring. Hear the lucky lady sing, 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 and I don't mind so searching for a little more. And you said try a little harder, child, to get it. Try a little more. I know if I try a little harder, child, I hit it. I try a little. My friend, so hit me again and make them aces fly. 4 o'clock in the morning, my blood is boiling, I'm feeling high. I like the strip, but I love the girls with their zebra stripe and baby don't cross. Yeah, ace, ace, king, 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 can't help but do my thing. Let the lucky lady sing, 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 and I don't mind so searching for a little more. I say again now. I don't mind so searching for the gold, for the gold. See, see,
I freaking hate these apps.
You're getting old, man. You can only work with Rune.
It's just they started out pretty good, and for me, all intuitivity is gone.
From the Bluesound app? The
Yeah,
new version.
it's just absolutely gone.
Okay.
Spotify, perfect. Tidal, perfect. Sonos, horrible. Bluesound, absolutely crap. I don't find my way in these apps anymore. And yeah, I'm getting old. But Rune is just so much better.
Yeah.
And actually Volumio is not bad as well. It's perfectly fine. I can work with the Volumio app.
Yeah.
It's not as stable as I would like, but
Yeah, I found out with Volumio, if you use the web interface, it's a lot better than
yeah,
using
the
app.
web interface is definitely a lot better.
Yeah.
But okay,
Anyway,
your first impression.
The first impression is it doesn't do bad, the Powernode Edge, because it can still show some details in this completely compressed, absolutely every knob to the max mix.
Yeah, it's very compressed.
If there's any air in this recording, it's gone with this Bluesound.
Yeah.
But I'm not surprised, because for the price class, I didn't expect it to be. It's a hard track.
It's really hard. Even at home, on my ATCs, I can hear the compression and that the recording is just not very good.
Yeah.
But it's better than this, of course.
Yeah.
But still,
It's a difficult
I
track.
texted you like, wow, what a load of compression in
Yes,
this,
it
in
has,
this song.
yes.
It's horrible.
But hey, this is very representative for what you get these
Yep.
days when you listen to Tidal or Qobuz in 24-bit high-res super quality music. And then the Powernode Edge works well.
Yeah.
With the, I'm surprised. It really sounds good, because there's still some dynamics. There's still detail. It's enjoyable to listen to.
Yeah.
So yeah, good first impression.
Magical Hi-Fi says, not the usual sound quality what we get on the main system. No, of course not.
No. It's a different price class. But even then, I mean, remember, it's a 800 euro amp with streamer, everything in it.
It's a $2,000 system.
And 1,000 euro
speakers.
Yeah. So if you would have a few €100 speaker cable in between, you get 2,000 euros.
Like I said, it's a $2,000 system. It's not a $60,000 system, or even 65. I don't know. It's a totally different world.
And if you listen to this to enjoy music,
it's not bad.
It's enjoyable.
Yeah,
so
it's definitely not bad.
Yeah,
I agree.
The second track,
I was pleasantly surprised as well.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's not as bad as I expected.
No.
And that's a very positive thing.
Yeah, we are snobs, I think.
Yeah, we are.
I think we can.
We are. Yeah. Your system at home is not bad as well. Kuniko.
Yep.
There we go. right?
Well, that's a torture track. That's difficult for the amp.
I didn't get what you meant at in the first place, and now we're actually listening and think, yeah, this is really hard.
This is really hard, yeah. So, what do we hear? Because I know this track, I have listened to it a few times.
Yeah.
There are two kinds of instruments here. It's a marimba, which is wood. So she is hammering on wood, and that's the start. And then you have a metal instrument as well. So that's the higher note, higher tones of the melody.
Yeah.
And in the metal one, you can hear that it's very difficult. It's compressing. It's struggling to get it right. The beauty of these instruments and also of this recording is that there are a much rich harmonics in the sounds.
Yep.
So it has to really, the layering of all those harmonics is what makes the piece. And there it struggles a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed.
And also, of course, transients, because this is only transients. Every time she hits,
Yeah, should be.
It should be snappy, and there should be space in between the notes.
It didn't do bad at that point.
No, that's the part where
It's pretty
actually went well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the harmonic richness, it struggled. But hey, even on very expensive 60,000 euro systems, this track is hard.
Yeah, I think so. And someone says, sounds slightly dark, not enough extension up top. Pretty good observation.
Yep.
Pretty good. I only say wait for the measurements, because I found one thing that all amps struggle with. And I'm not going to spoil it, but just wait. There is an explanation for that. And
Okay.
I know there's an explanation for why this is struggling now.
Yeah.
It's a really complex track.
Yeah, it is.
You're really torturing it.
Yes.
And we should. That's
Yeah,
the whole point.
Yep.
And for all people, we try to calibrate it on 70 dBs on the mic. It was slightly up now. It started soft, but it built up. But 70 dB, and it depends on what percentage it is. It's mostly around 50% of the power it can, well, at the volume slider, but it doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
Because 1 watt was around the half. So I think we're using 10 watts or something from the amp now. But that's all technical blibberish. Last track.
Last track, yeah.
I'm trying to find my way again in the app. Birch, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I like this track, by the way. It's cool. Yeah. All right. Okay. Oh, wait, that's the one.
Yeah. It has a bit of a. It has a big soundstage. In width, but not in depth.
No, there's no depth.
No.
But that's an NAD thing. It's also their signature.
Okay.
NAD always has a podium feel.
Yeah. Which is a choice, which is fine.
Which is fine, indeed. I had an M12 for years, and I could live with it. After I thought I wanted more depth after a while, but that's their signature.
But what struck me with this track is that it struggles a little bit with the bass synthesizer. That's very bloop, 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 bloop
it
sounding.
is. Yeah.
And the high extension is again
it's soft.
Soft, but also the airiness on top. Which, if I have to visualize this music, I would think you have a drone, and then you're filming a landscape, with sun setting and stuff like that, and then this is the soundtrack to that movie that you're making. That kind of feeling you have to
nice
get.
Visualization. I get that.
So that's the kind of thing that you would like to hear. I mean, you should almost see the images in your mind. And then here it fell a bit flat. I know how it can sound, so
should be more dreamy.
Yeah. And it was a bit harsh right now.
Yeah, there was a hiss.
Yeah.
And I heard it at home. It's in the recording, but now it gets accentuated.
Yeah.
And at home it wasn't distracting. I think I know what you mean. Let me share some quick measurements for you.
Okay.
There we go. This is, frequency response is as flat as a ruler. And you think, well, all amps are like this. Not in this price class.
Okay.
I can tell you that, but you'll see later. So it's very neutrally tuned, which I like. But then we go to noise, and you can see the filter. It's pretty flat, minus 120, minus 110, which is also pretty good. It's a silent amp. I think we can hear that as well.
Yep.
But after 20 kilohertz, it goes up the noise significantly, and that's odd. It's their filter inside, so that's a choice. Now we get to the power delivery, and this is full throttle, and all amps in this price class struggle as soon as you ask for a lot of power. It starts to clip, and that's something you don't have in the price class of 2,500 euros and up. 1,000 euros, some do, some don't, but there's a definite choice here. I think it's all power supply related.
Yeah.
It's just very expensive to build a powerful power supply that doesn't struggle with a lot of power.
Okay.
This is on the grid side, so it's I measured the noise that this thing outputs on the electrical grid.
So back into the plug?
Yes. So if you suppose you use this device in the same power strip as your phono preamp, for example, this is the noise it throws back to the grid, which is not audible at the speaker output, but it will be audible if other devices are susceptible for noise.
Yep.
It's not bad, it's not the cleanest, but it's definitely not the worst. So they did a pretty decent job. Not exceptional, but decent. This I will explain in the article. This is too technical. This is distortion. It's not bad, but that's the direct digital technology. I like it. It's pretty darn clean. And I think that's also the transient information that's very clean.
Yep.
But we can just hear the compression. It starts to struggle at a certain point. That's not the distortion if you use only 1 watt. Then it's very clean. But if you want a very dynamic track, then you can see that as soon as you ask for a lot of power, it starts to clip. Yep. That's the whole thing.
And then the second track, the Kunico track, although it sounds friendly, it asks for a lot of power from the amplifiers.
I think so. It wants a lot of dynamic power, and then it starts to struggle. And that's what we hear, like the compression going a little bit up and down, like, I'm good, but I'm not good. That's the thing. But interesting. It's a decent device, but they had to make some concessions in terms of price.
Yeah.
Just, you know, it's $800, $700. Yeah, what you see is what you get. But not bad, not bad. Next,
where are we going to?
yeah, what do you want?
The Sonos.
The Sonos.
I think that's the direct competitor.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, let's. Static. Yeah, I love it. Okay, Sonos. All right. And then I'm gonna move this one a little bit. Okay. And I need to grab the app. So, some people asked about the apps in the chat. I think you have my opinion on the recent updates of the apps. It's not bad. It's just...
It's Sonos has
Come on now. Are you kidding me? It says no devices found. This is what I mean with apps. Let's just grab the Integro, then I'll or the WiiM.
Let's go to the Integro.
And then I'll or maybe I grabbed the wrong app, maybe. There's the Sonos S1 and S2. That's... Oké. Wordt gezocht. Oké. It's just absolutely... I reset it. It worked. It was playing. And now it says it's not there. Stupid. Okay. Let's go to the Volumio and I'll fix the Sonos, hopefully. The weird thing is the LED was white, so it should be able to just play. Okay. Volumio.
It's still playing.
Yeah.
It's been playing on all this time.
It's very stable.
Yeah.
You press play and it will go on forever. Integro. What was the last track we used? Birch. Yeah. Let's start with that one then. Playlists, no. Cobus. My playlists. Streamer test. I mean, this app is just good.
Yeah.
It's Birch. There we go. And it stays in the screen and then your player is on the bottom. So I can press pause, try another track, and it will not go away.
Yeah.
Which is lovely.
Yeah.
Which is what you want. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Okay, Birch. I'm not frustrated.
No, you don't.
No, I'm not.
Frustrated at all. No,
not
no,
at
no,
all.
No.
Okay, let's Okay, this is then a little bit Birch. Go. Volume. Now, wow, that's a huge difference.
That's quite different from the power. Yeah, it has air.
Yeah.
It has more control and grip, I think, than the Bluesound.
Well, I'm not sure if that's the thing. It's just much cleaner.
Yeah.
Much cleaner than the Bluesound. It's less this.
Yeah.
And more air.
Open airy. Also the soundstage. I mean, it's also wide, but it has more a bubble kind of feeling.
Yeah.
So the
imaging
music
is
more
better.
about around you, which should be with this track.
Yeah.
Also, when she was singing, it was more like the doubling of the voice. Was the harmonics in between were better audible than with the Bluesound.
Definitely.
The guitar was better, I think.
The bass.
The bass, yeah. But it doesn't have grunt. It misses a bit of grunt with the Integro.
Still, and I think you reviewed the.
Yeah.
I think you said the same, and I heard it as well on practically all loudspeakers I used on it. It's very nice sounding, but it doesn't have any grunt.
No.
But it has 2 times 50 watts, so that's more than the Bluesound. But the Bluesound sounds much more powerful.
Yes. Yep.
So that's the thing, like you said, watts don't say anything. It's how they are delivered, and the Integro is just not a powerhouse. That's the whole thing. It's but it sounds very nice. I have to admit, it's better than I thought. I never was very fond of the Integro. I thought it was okay. But now that I hear it compared to the other ones, like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
It has some qualities.
So let's see what it does with the Kuniko track.
Yeah, good one. Okay. There we are again.
That's what I call with harmonics and the layering of sounds. So
much better.
You can hear it. But
amp hiss.
Amp hiss.
Definitely hiss.
When turning up the volume, we heard it hissing.
I think it was above 60.
Yeah.
Then it started to hiss.
Yeah.
Very audibly. I don't know if you could hear it, but it hissed. There was definitely some hiss there.
But in terms of reproducing this track, I mean the transients, the bounciness of the music.
Very lovely. Wow. Playful.
Playful, yeah, which this track should sound like. So,
yeah.
Compared to what the Bluesound did, it's a step up.
Night and day. The Bluesound was not engaging.
No.
It was okay, but compressed.
Yeah.
No compression on the Integro. Very playful, but his.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could live with that, but it's
something to be aware of. Yeah.
Yeah, and these are not high efficient loudspeakers. So if you have a very efficient loudspeaker, that will be annoying.
Yeah.
That will be annoying. But wow, very, very huge difference in musicality.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
It's a Volumio signature.
Yeah.
They just have something in there that's very nice to listen to.
Yeah, it's their, absolutely their DNA. Yeah.
It's their DNA. Yeah, it's remarkable for the price what they do. Beth Hart.
Yeah. I'm curious.
Yeah.
I think you have to turn the volume a bit down.
Turn it down already because it's way too loud now. Let's say 55. Start there.
Yep.
And then playlist. Yeah, I can work with this app again. Sorry.
Hello, my friend, deal me on in and give me them dice to roll. You got the quick, but I got the slow gin and plenty of money to throw. Well, backtrack and strut about it. Long for the days belong, yeah. Ace, ace, king, 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 my God-given name. Hear the lucky lady sing, sing, sing. I don't mind soul searching for a little more. And you said, shout, a little harder, shout, I get it. Try a little more. I know if I try a little harder, shout, I hit it. Try a little more and back up on top. Won't quit till I drop. My time's like a clock. I can never stop. I can't miss a thing. I swear on my ring. Hear the lucky lady sing, 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 and I don't mind so searching for a little more. And you said try a little harder, try to get it. Try a little more. I know if I try a little harder, try to hit it. I try a little. All of my love's for the game, and I'd be lying if I change. I'm up on the side of the world, looking down at creation. I'm just a rolling girl. Heads up, my friend, so hit me again and make them aces fly. 4 o'clock in the morning, my blood is up boiling, I'm feeling high. I like the strip, but I love the girls with their zebra stripe and baby doll curls. Yeah, ace, ace, king, 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 can't help but do my thing. Let the lucky lady sing, 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 and I don't mind so searching for a little more. I'll say again now. I don't mind so searching for the gold, for the gold. Sit there, sit there, sit shout a little harder, shout, I get it. Try a little more, I know. Try a little harder, shout, I hit it. Try a little, all of my love's for the game, and I'd be lying if I change. I'm up on top of the world, looking I'm just a rolling girl.
Woo! It's very upfront.
Very upfront. I just stopped it because it's enough. We got the point. Yeah, some said sounds a little light forward, although musical. I agree.
Yeah, it has drive. And
it has a lot of drive.
Yeah.
But it's very, very in your face and tiring.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to put the volume down, and that's not a good sign, I think. Yeah, well, I'm gonna show you some measurements short. And let's see, it's right here. Yep. Okay, laptop. There we go. This is crosstalk between the channels. I couldn't measure it with all amplifiers because of some topologies, and like the Bluesound Node, it doesn't allow that because I think it has to do with the output configuration. I think they share the ground or something, but I just get 0 dB. That's not realistic, of course. But with the Integro, I could switch could measure it. It's very good. It has a good channel separation. I think that's why the stereo image is very good on this streamer. This is the frequency response, and like I said, on the Bluesound Edge, it's here's my, sorry, my microphone fell down. That's because of my laptop. I don't think I was very audible, sorry for that, but I'm back now. There we go. This is the frequency response. Like I said, on the Bluesound Node Edge, it was completely straight. Not on the Integro, but it is pretty much straight from 10 Hertz to 20 kilohertz. And then it has a small bump, but yeah, you know, it's like half a dB. So that's not very significant. But the channel difference is 1/10 of a dB, I think, and that's something odd. I checked all the EQs and stuff. There was nothing, but they're not completely the same, the channels. Then let's see distortion. It's good, but not as good as the Bluesound Node Edge. I think it's, yeah, tenfold. The Node Edge with the direct digital amplification is just very clean. This one is not very clean. It's clean enough, but it's not as good as the Bluesound. Noise, again, not as good as the Bluesound, but you can't measure musicality.
No.
That's something that's just impossible. It's more noisy, it has higher distortion, it's not as rule of flat in terms of frequency response, but still it sounds a lot more engaging. Yeah, this is the power delivery. And again, if you put it to full throttle, it will have an issue with that. It struggles. It doesn't clip as dirty as the Bluesound Node Edge though. So maybe that's the difference in cleanness, what we perceive, that it's not as, yeah, I don't know, it clips more friendly, so it seems, but the distortion goes up significantly if it has to deliver a lot of power. On the output, very clean, cleaner than the Bluesound. I think it was one of the best in terms of noise to the grid, so that's a good thing. Well, measurements, I hope the Sonos will work now. Yeah, it was up.
It was up. I saw it was working, so.
Yeah, it still is. Hey, Sonos, you're actually working. Doesn't synchronize the playlists. What the hell? Okay, we'll just Cobus search. Can you maybe search the songs then?
Yep.
And put it in? I'll discuss the. I'll swap the cables, and then I'll just discuss the specifications. But it's just why. Okay. Boost integration in Sonos is horrible.
That surprises me because Sonos' claim to fame
was
services.
It's services, but it's just... I made a playlist in Boost and it doesn't synchronize to the Sonos.
Okay.
Stupid weird.
That's stupid, yeah. Okay, try a little harder, Sonos. Oh no, that's the Beth Hart song.
Yeah, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, let's go.
Hello, my friend, deal me on in and give them dice to roll. You got the quick, but I got the slow gin and plenty of money to throw. Well, backtrack and strut about it. Long for the days belong, yeah. Ace, ace, king, 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 my God-given name. Hear the lucky lady sing, sing, sing. I don't mind soul searching for a little more. And you said, child, a little harder, child, I get it. Try a little more. I know if I try a little harder, child, I hit it. Try a little more and back up on top. Won't quit till I drop. My time's like a clock. I can never stop. I can't miss a thing. I swear on my ring. Hear the lucky lady sing, 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 and I don't mind so searching for a little more. And you said, child, a little harder, child, to get it. Try a little more. I know if I try a little harder, child, I hit it. I try a little. All of my love's for the game, and I'd be lying if I change. I'm up on the side of the world, looking down at creation. I'm just a rolling girl. Heads up, my friend, so hit me again and make them aces fly. 4 o'clock in the morning, my blood is all boiling, I'm feeling high. I like to strip, but I love the girls with their zebra stripe and baby doll curls. Yeah, ace, ace, king, 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 can't help but do my thing. Let the lucky lady sing, 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 and I don't mind so searching for a little more. I say again now. I don't mind so searching for the gold, for the gold. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Shout a little harder, shout, I get it. Try a little more, I know. Try a little harder, shout, I hit it. Try a little, all of my love's for the game, and I'd be lying if I change. I'm up on top of the world, looking down at creation. I'm just a rolling girl.
Jeez, that's a huge difference.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Actually, pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, the Bluesound had more grunt with this track.
Yeah.
This is a little bit more polite.
Yeah.
But her voice sounds, I think, so far the best on
much better
on the Sonos. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Okay, I have to fix the camera.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, I could listen to this.
Yeah.
And with the Integro, I was really annoyed. Like, okay, let's tune it down. It wasn't the strong point of the Volumio,
No.
but the Volumio is more playful.
Yeah, yeah.
Still, and I think the top end of the Volumio is better than from the Sonos.
It's this is a little bit more like middle of the road.
Yeah, it's very middle of the road. By the way, I switched off the EQ because by default the EQ is on.
Yeah.
But all of them are on 0, but it doesn't measure straight.
Okay.
That's some advice. Let me switch the camera even.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Some advice for all the people with a Sonos amp. The EQ is on by default, but the curve is like a smiley face then.
Yeah, so the basses are up.
Yeah, the treble is up and the mids are down.
Yeah.
If you switch off the EQ, then it's straight. Even if all the sliders are in the middle on 0, it's still a smiley face EQ.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah, Sonos,
That's a dirty trick,
that's
Sonos.
a dirty trick from you there. It's not no EQ. There is still an EQ inside, but now it's off, and then it's actually pretty neutral.
Yeah. Is it gone again?
I just freaking hate this app. Oh, now it's back.
Okay.
Fix the app. Okay.
The last one. Metal quarters.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to Kuniko. All right.
So in terms of harmonics, it's there.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
Nope.
No, really not.
Lots of control.
Yeah.
You can hear that it just has double the power of all the others.
Yeah.
This 125 watts. The Bluesound is 40. The Integro is 50. You can hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely a lot better.
Yeah.
And although still on the metal,
Yeah.
it has an edge with the transients.
It has some roughness in the transients.
Yeah, but
yes.
again, this is a very hard track.
Yeah, but it's not
to do.
clean. I think the Integro is cleaner.
Yeah, that's true. It had more extension up.
Yeah. It's more hi-fi, so to say.
Yeah.
This is much more middle of the road. I think they made a good choice in terms of power. I mean, it will drive a lot of loudspeakers, but it's not really clean.
No, but it isn't a bad device at all.
No, I have to admit, I'm not a fan of Sonos. People know that, but it's not bad. It's not bad.
So in terms of, if we compare it, because we forgot to compare the Integro, the Bluesound has all the services except for Chromecast.
Yeah.
Same is true for Sonos. It has AirPlay, it has room readiness, it has Spotify Connect, but it doesn't have Tidal Connect. No Chromecast. It also has a subwoofer output and HDMI ARC. And the input is also a RCA analog input and an optical input.
I like that. Full RCA inputs, not some stupid 3.5mm combi jack. That's good.
Wi-Fi, of course, and Ethernet, but like you said, it prefers a Wi-Fi setup, which in most homes is standard.
Yeah, I advise you to use Wi-Fi, not a cable. You'll get all sorts of issues if you use cable.
It's a $799, where the Bluesound is $699, so that's a difference of €100.
Yeah.
If we compare it to the Integro, the Integro
is more expensive.
It's more expensive. It has RCA line analog input.
Yep.
It has an optical input. It has a coaxial input.
Yeah, the only one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Ethernet, of course, and Wi-Fi.
Does it have Wi-Fi?
Yep.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it also has, yes.
Okay, that's good.
USB input, but that's for a hard disk.
Only data.
Yep.
Yeah.
You could potentially hook up a computer over a USB on the Integro. It doesn't say in the manual, but the engineers told us that it can.
Yeah.
It does support UPnP. It has AirPlay. It has room.
It has everything.
It has Spotify Connect. It has Tidal Connect. It has Chromecast. So in terms of connectivity, the Volumio software is very complete.
Yes.
That's a nice thing about Volumio.
Yeah, but it's more expensive.
The only thing missing from the Volumio is the HDMI eARC. It doesn't have.
It has only display out. That's a weird choice. I wouldn't know why you need the HDMI. It's there, but I wouldn't know how.
You can hook up a touchscreen or a.
For what? No, because touchscreen needs USB.
Ah, that's true. Yeah. So, well,
it's just for display. I wouldn't know why I would use that, but yeah.
Anyway, so that's the difference. So the Bluesound and the Sonos with the HDMI ARC are more complete.
Yeah.
Which leaves us. Oh, sorry. With the measurements first.
One track. Birch.
Oh, I'm forgetting.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll just let you talk, but we have one more track.
Yeah.
The imaging track, and I'm really curious about that. So let's start Birch. Yeah, we had the same vibe. Sounds a bit boring.
Yeah. Halfway through, I thought, let's pull some coffee.
Yeah,
put on some
I was
coffee
thinking other
and
stuff.
read the
That's
paper and
not a good sign.
what I'm gonna do this afternoon, and
my mind was wandering off as well. Like,
yes.
Yeah, I've heard the
we
song.
had it at the same point.
Exactly the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
It struggles a bit with the highs. We heard it here again. The hi-hats of the drums is very dry and no texture at all in it. So it struggles a bit up in the treble, and the bass is very polite and rounded sounding. It's not very exciting.
No,
yeah.
There is something. It does a lot of stuff very well.
Yeah.
It has power, it has grip. The imaging is surprisingly good.
Yeah.
But it's not a very engaging sound.
No, it misses up the Volumio brought was the
playfulness.
The playfulness, the airiness.
Yeah.
The feeling you got floating on the music.
It's all gone.
It's all gone. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I would like a fusion between the power of the Sonos amp and the playfulness of the Integro.
Yeah.
That would be the best. But yeah, I think it will just cost more money.
Yeah, obviously.
There are limits to what you can do. Let me show you some measurements for all the people that are interested. I'll make it quick. Noise floor, really weird on the Sonos amp. You can see the filtering, but it's done in a different way as the Bluesound and the Integro. They're all Class D, so you have to filter somewhere. But the Sonos rises from like 6 or 7 kilohertz very slightly, and then it bumps up. So, and it's pretty dirty around the input, so there's harmonic distortion inside. And this is only with 1 watt, so that's striking. Channel separation is much worse than the Integro. The Integro was really good in channel separation. The Sonos is less. It's like 10 dB difference, which is big because decibels are logarithmic. So that's a big difference. Again, it struggles when you want full output. They're all comparable in that, so it's not just a Sonos thing. They all struggle with that. It's the price class. It's the price class.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's the power supply probably. Noise is bad, really, really bad with the Sonos onto the grid. This is a full scale measurement because I was trying to figure out where where it starts to go down or up. It's just bad all over the place. This thing, you don't want it near your hi-fi system. I mean, minus 49 dB. I'm not even sure if it's within regulations. It's that bad. Minus 37 even if I zoom it in, and it goes up and down all the time. I'm pretty shocked how bad it is. Yeah, this is something. Yeah, this is the measurement I was talking about. This is with the EQ on, but they're all on 0. So it should be flat.
Yeah. Wow.
It's not flat. No. It's like really 1 dB down in the mids.
It looks like the table mount from Cape Town.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, actually it does. Now I switched it off, and now it's flat.
Yeah.
It's just one switch, but they're all on 0. So Sonos, explain that.
Well, that's a sales marketing trick.
Yeah. It's tuned. Striking. Weird. So just switch it off if you want a 0 dB output, like flat, just switch it off. This is a distortion. Yeah, it's something middle of the road. It's not bad. It's not very good. It's somewhere in the middle. It's just okay. Nothing pretty bad there. So, Sonos, all pretty good except for the power supply. The switch mode power supply is horrible inside. It's really bad.
So if they would utilize a little better power supply, it would probably
better. Yeah, definitely better.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, Martijn. Power supplies are freaking expensive.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Yes.
That's where obviously Volumio made a compromise. in terms of current delivery, their power brick is pretty clean, but it's not very powerful. Sonos has a powerful power supply, but it's really dirty, and Bluesound is somewhere in between. So let's see what the WiiM does.
Yeah, but which I just was thinking about. We had the what's the brand again? We had with €1,000. I had it at home. I'm trying to
Creek.
Creek, yeah, the Creek 4040A.
Pretty good.
Which was no streaming module, but
pretty good.
It was €1,000. The power supply was
let me
actually
look it up.
Good.
Let me look it up. I'm curious. Creek, because that was a very good amp, and it has the same modules as the Integro. How are they called? Merus?
Yeah, Merus from yeah.
Very clean power supply. Very clean. Let me show you. This is the Creek. Very clean. I mean, like minus 80 dB. That's good. The Sonos was at minus 37, so that's a huge difference. It's decibels, people, not...
Manufacturers would actually offer an option to have a little bit more expensive maybe, but you can have a choice then. Well,
yeah, but
anyway.
Some people already said, buy the Integro with a better power supply. Yeah, you need a 24 volt power supply with 150 watts or something, so that's not cheap, people. It's really expensive.
I was looking for power supplies which can have 24 volts, and it has to have I think
6 amps.
6 amps
at least. Yeah.
That's difficult to find.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Yeah.
You need 6 or maybe even 7 amps if you want the dynamic headroom.
Yeah.
8 amps maybe, and that's gonna be really expensive. So don't fool yourself. A better power supply for the Integro will be very expensive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna...
But having said that, then we go to the dark horse in the WiiM.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them off.
Well, the WiiM is the much talked about amp.
Yeah. Hyped.
Well, much talked about. So let's see, because it's €349 here, which is half the price of the other ones.
Yeah.
Like the Bluesound Powernode Edge. So what do you get for half the price? That's the question.
Did I just kill the channel? That's really weird. I plugged it in and then it stopped. Let's hope I didn't kill it. That would be very weird if it just dies so easily. Whoops.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
Well, it's live. That would be...
It's
yeah, I just turned it off and on because most of the time it will reset and then it will be back online.
Okay. It's
I
back
just
online.
tapped the minus and that I heard tick, and then it just stopped. So
okay.
That would be bad. WiiM home. Otherwise I would owe Omera Audio a new WiiM amp, I think. Let's see. Browse. Let's go to Qobuz. Playlists. My playlists. I should be able to find my own playlist. Playlists. Yeah, there it is.
Let's start with Birch.
Yeah. Yeah? So it's working.
It's working.
Okay. Whew. I know, people, live plugging speaker cables is a bad idea. I admit.
Don't do this at home.
But I have also, we do this a lot and I'm very careful, but no, don't do this at home. But switching these off is very inconvenient. But yeah, you're right. I should have unplugged one of the loudspeakers first.
I mean, I change a lot at home, of course, because of the review stuff, and always turn the amplifier off because
I don't.
I'm so afraid I will.
I have to admit I don't, and it's a bad idea. Just like I showed you now. So yeah, it's a bad idea.
People don't do this at home.
Don't.
No.
Birch.
Birch.
Oh. Whoa. What?
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. What? Now this is really weird.
It just turned itself off.
It did. What? But it's working, but it isn't. And now it's completely frozen. Let's see. There's no volume control as well.
Here it is again.
Oh! Normally the speaker is minus or plus.
Yeah.
This is mute.
Oh, how nice.
How nice. WiiM, good one.
No,
why?
No, it's just your age. You can't help it anymore. All those modern
technologies, people, it's really weird. But how can you fine tune your volume if you don't have a plus and a minus?
With the slider.
That's not fine tuning. This is way too coarse.
No, that's your trembling.
God, I'm getting old. Okay.
I thought you killed it.
I really thought I killed it. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go again. Wow, I like it.
Yep, it's good, especially in the mids. There's a lot of detail and texture in the mids.
Yeah.
It struggles a bit in the highs. Also, the hi-hat is better, far better than the Sonos, but it's a bit dry. But I find a little bit of issue with the pacing of the WiiM.
Feels a bit slower.
It's
Yeah.
slow,
Well, I'm not sure if it really is slower, but I get what you. It's like it's not very playful, upbeat like the Integro.
No.
But I have to admit, I like it more than the Sonos.
Yeah. Sure. It's it's more engaging than the Sonos.
Yeah, and the overall balance is just nicer. It feels more balanced.
Yeah.
This one, I really like the mid-range.
It has more control on the mid-range than the Bluesound.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and it's more engaging than the Bluesound.
In terms of soundstage, with this, it's more like the Bluesound again. So more podium feel. It doesn't have to bubble.
No.
Like Integro has, and the Sonos.
And even the Sonos is better in terms of space. Yeah.
Imaging.
Yeah, the imaging is better. But yeah, I'm not sure which I would buy the WiiM.
For $349, on this track, if this was the only track, then I would say, yeah, definitely. But I'm curious what it will do with Kuniko.
Me too. But again, I hate the app. I feel like we went backwards.
Okay.
It's just, the Volumio app is good. This one is a mess in terms of navigation.
Okay.
Now it's okay once you're there. But yeah, I think it's just a vital point. That's why I'm so focused on it. If you buy one of these, you're an average consumer that just wants convenience. These apps are just not convenient. They're horrible.
No, but I think most average consumers would have a Spotify account to start with.
Spotify Connect, yeah.
So they would also always use the Spotify app.
Yeah.
And if you are more like a hi-fi lover and you're shopping in this price category, I think Tidal would be the better choice because you have Tidal Connect with this one.
The WiiM does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the strong points.
Yeah.
And I totally get it that people just, use Tidal Connect, Spotify Connect, and I hope Qobuz will add Connect very, very soon, because the Qobuz integration in Bluesound is just insanely bad. And with the same with Sonos, it's just bad. Volumio has its own better app. Rune, really, I like Rune a lot. And Audavana as well. The Audavana app is just good.
Yep.
It works. But I'm just flabbergasted that the Sonos app, like they were the pillar of.
Yeah, they were that's what they were famous.
Yeah,
about.
like
that's why they had the.
Get it?
Yeah.
One button and you're good to go. The Sonos is the one that really frustrated me when I reset it and I couldn't install it.
Okay.
I installed a lot of Sonos in my days. This one, it took me 2 days to get it back in the network because the app just crashed. Every time it looked for the Sonos, it's like, yeah, there you are. Let's get rolling, and it just quit.
Okay.
I tried 3 phones and a tablet, and they all did the same.
Okay.
So I'm not. Yeah, I didn't have a very good setup experience with the Sonos. But let's go to Kuniko.
But we have to say you always use Android.
Yeah, I don't have
know
Apple.
How it is with iOS.
I don't know how it is with iOS. I agree, but it should work on Android, of course. Yeah. I have a very new phone. I had a very new tablet. I deinstalled the app, installed it again, reset the Sonos again 5-6 times. Then I just left it powered off overnight. Maybe that was the thing, that all the registrations in the network were gone. And then it installed.
Okay.
But one more thing. Why do I need to register with Sonos if I want to install my product?
Yeah, that's
you can't skip it.
That's a bad thing. Yeah, any manufacturer.
Yeah, stop with the registration.
Yeah.
I bought this thing for $800. It's mine.
Yeah.
If I want to register for extra insurance, or how do you say it, guarantee or whatever, okay, but then it's my choice.
Yeah.
I couldn't proceed if I didn't register, and that's a bad thing. So Sonos, stop with that crap.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go.
End of rant. Ja, hij is heel goed in de mix. Ja. Wow.
I'm impressed.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
Very good.
It really has grip on the music and on the reproduction of the music, I have to say. There's a lot of detail and texture in the mids, rich harmonics. I think the Sonos was, in terms of harmonics, a bit better, but the WiiM has much more control on the highs. From all these devices, the WiiM is the only one which didn't struggle with the metal.
Bam!
The hammering on the metal.
Yeah.
So the transients are really good on this one.
I'm really surprised. This is actually worth the hype.
Yeah, because we had the streamer also, the WiiM Pro Plus, I think it was.
Something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which was okay for the price, but not very good. I have to say that this one actually fares better as a package than that device.
Yeah. $349. That's crazy.
$349. Yeah.
It's absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. And it has all the services.
Yep.
It's well built. It's not high end in terms of build, but it looks good.
Yep.
Yeah, and it sounds good.
So let's see what it will do with the best art.
Badly compressed music. Let's give it a go.
Hello, my friend, deal me on in and give me them dice to roll. You got the quick, but I got the slow gin and plenty of money to throw. Well, backtrack and strut about it. Long for the days belong, yeah. Ace, ace, king, 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 my God-given name. Hear the lucky lady sing, sing, sing. I don't mind soul searching for Try a little more and back up on top. Won't quit till I drop. My time's like a clock. I can never stop. I can't miss a thing. I swear on my ring. Hear the lucky lady sing, 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 and I don't mind so searching for a little more. And you said try a little harder, try to get it. Try a little more. I know if I try a little harder, try to hit it. I try a little. My friends, so hit me again and make them aces fly. 4 o'clock in the morning, my blood is all boiling. I'm feeling high. I like the strip, but I love the girls with their zebra stripe and baby doll curls. Yeah, ace, ace, king, 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 can't help but do my thing. Let the lucky lady sing, 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 and I don't mind so searching for a little more. I'll say again now. I don't mind so searching for the gold, for the gold. Sit there, sit there, sit try a little, all of my loves for the game, and I'd be lying if I change. I'm up on top of the world, looking down at creation. I'm just letting go.
Yeah, I love the mid-range.
Yeah,
the treble is just on the edge.
yeah, it's a bit harshish.
Yeah, it's not
at the top end. But
yeah, I think it's the Sabre deck. You were looking at the specs. Texas Class D amps.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah,
we know that. I didn't know it was in there, but doesn't surprise me. They're good chips.
separation, the channel separation is great.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, damn that mid-range.
Yeah, the mid-range is good. A lot of texture, a lot of detail. It has control.
Yeah.
I think that's the word. It has control.
It has a lot of
From
control.
all of these amplifiers, it has the most control.
And it is a very clean mid-range.
Yes.
It's, I like it.
For a 349 euro.
Stunningly
amp,
good.
If it was the same price, like it also, if you would say it was 699, you would say, yeah, well, that's a fair price.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I would think that would be fair even.
Yeah.
It can compete.
Yeah.
No problem.
So for
at
349, it's actually a steal.
It's a steal. Yeah, in this case I say, yeah, it's worth the hype.
Yep.
It's just a very good product.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I like it better than the Streamer.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Let me show you some measurements because it's actually pretty striking. It's, I'm wondering how they do this. Just like all the amps, it struggles full power out.
Yep.
That's just a given. Clips not in a very friendly way, but it delivers the power it promises, but with struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, all of these have the same issue. This is one I'm going to skip. This is frequency response, and you can see the filter inside.
Yep.
This one bumps it up, so I think that's the air we actually hear. Between 5 Hertz and 20 kilohertz, it's pretty much a straight line, just like the Bluesound, no tuning, and then it bumps up. Within margin, but it's obvious. Distortion is very low.
That's what we hear.
Very low. It peaks at 0.15, but they all peak somewhere, but the baseline is very, very low. And I think that's what we actually hear. It has a good grip. The noise, very evenly distributed and low. So that's also way better than all the others.
That's why we hear more detail.
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just cleaner. Output noise, better than everything we've seen.
Okay.
So the power supply is also very, very, very clean.
Better than the Integro?
Yeah.
Okay.
That one was close, but this was like, am I actually looking at the right thing? But it goes up and down. So that's the processing you see. But they all do something, of course, like that. But the baseline is very low.
Okay.
So they did a good job. Yeah. I don't have any... Technically, it's a good product. Nothing wrong. So we can all say about China what we want. Technically, it's a good product.
Yep.
And it sounds good.
Yep.
So that's quite a bombshell, isn't it?
I think it's a bombshell, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Because actually, as we've proven today, for a very attainable price, you can get a good product.
Yeah. This is attainable.
So if you want to have good music at home or enjoy your music and you don't want to spend a lot of money or you cannot spend a lot of money on it, then this is actually a very good option.
Oh yeah.
With WiiM. Just find some speakers that you like to attach to it. It can drive these Sonos Fabers without
no problem
at all.
No.
And these are actually great speakers for the price.
These are very nice. They're not really hard to drive, but also not very easy to drive. And these can drive them.
Yep.
No problem.
Yep.
Which one would you take home?
Oh, the WiiM, without a doubt.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like the musicality of the Volumio products the best.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a given in their DNA.
Yeah.
But the Integro was struggling at some points.
Yeah, it was.
If I have to listen to it day in, day out,
I would take the WiiM as well.
I would take the WiiM home.
Yeah, me too, actually. Wow, I wouldn't have thought that.
No.
No.
But it's good because it has the control, so it's easy to listen to. There's nothing that annoys you.
No.
In that sense. I just would try to find speakers with a bit rolled off in the highs.
Yeah, I wouldn't match it with the Luminas, I think. I would take like an A-Lock, which has a sweeter treble, maybe even an easier load.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think an A-Lock would do very good on the WiiM. And they're not expensive as well. I mean, we've had A-Locks around $800 that sound marvelous. Or if you want to go up, the coaxial ones from our dear friend. Yeah. Damn, I wouldn't have thought this.
No.
So
I'm glad we did this test because it's been a while that we did compare these kinds of devices.
Yeah.
In this price class, it was some time ago that we actually compared stuff. And I'm pleasantly surprised by the outcomes because on the baseline, I mean, take a device like this, set it up in your home, put on some speakers, invest a little bit in some decent speaker cable.
Someone said Dali Spector, good one.
Yeah, Dali.
Oh yeah,
the Oberons.
The Oberon 5s, yeah, lovely.
Yep.
$1,000 per pair. They were lovely speakers.
Yes, with the WiiM amp. Yeah, I think that's a good match.
Good match. I think so as well. That will be great.
Yeah. I think so. You can set up a really wonderful system for €2,000 these days.
Yeah.
Which you can enjoy with the whole family because the WiiM has all the connectivity. So if half of your household has Spotify Connect, and you prefer Tidal or Qobuz or whatever,
yeah. Definitely, yeah. I'm thinking about it. I mean, for most households, WiiM Amp, or I don't know, Integro, whatever, with some DALI Oberon 5s, God, you have a lovely system.
Absolutely.
For not a lot of money. So I think that's a good ending of this live stream.
Yeah.
Next week, hopefully
Next
not.
week.
The end of this month, so the last Sunday of June, will be the last live stream before the summer stop.
Yep.
Because then our holidays here start, and probably yours as well. Then we'll do DEX. You won't be there because you're on your holiday already.
Yep.
Jeffrey will be there. And then I think we're gonna do DEX around $1,500 or something like that. Yeah. Also be a nice price class to test.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. If you like these live streams, don't forget to support us on Patreon.
Yeah.
Because actually we need the support, all the support that we can get to be able to continue doing this.
Yeah, read our background story about the review industry.
Yep.
It's really hard to stay objective like this.
Yeah.
And keep all your financial support from the industry. So we really need it. If we can swap to completely support based by Patreon, that will be heaven. I don't think that's possible, but the more support we get from our audience or viewers, the better, because then we can stay independent like this and keep doing this.
If you want to read about all these amplifiers and see the measurements in detail, there will be an article up somewhere.
Yeah, beginning next week.
Yeah. So then you can read it all back. Of course, you can review this video on YouTube.
Yep.
Like all our live streams are still there
Definitely.
for you.
Yeah.
And we hope to see you next time on the next live stream. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
See you. Bye-bye.